So this is the first video that I'll post on YouTube. I've been doing a few of these on X, which is where I started, but I didn't want to move across to YouTube because I do think that I can reach a larger audience, and my aim for this is purely to help people. I'm doing this because my ideas have been very accurate uh, as far as the Bitcoin market goes. Um, and I'm doing this just for the purpose of sharing with other people to help. Uh, you know, I do believe what I share is of value, and that is why I want to put it out there. Um, I've been on YouTube as a consumer for quite some time, and I do see that there's not a lot of good in this space, especially on YouTube. Mainly with people, trying to sell shit that is pretty much lines their own pockets, and not those of their viewers. So I've always done this without asking for anything because my ideas pay for themselves. And so the purpose of making this video and starting this channel is to help share my ideas. I don't ever want to ask for money from people. I don't want to ever ask for subscriptions, for likes, for comments, anything like that. I will just continue putting these videos out there um, in hopes that, it kind of rings a bell. Uh, because I do have a feeling that it will. I struggle to find other people who um, have the same ideas as I do, um, and I do think that that's a good sign. Uh, each year that passes, more and more people come to me, and they know that I've been in this space for a little bit of time. It's been about 10 years now. And just the things that they tell me, pretty much retarded. So I I want to make these videos just to help. That's it. I don't have any ulterior motive for this. This is my way of giving back, of sharing my ideas, and also I want to point out that in me sharing this, um, it doesn't benefit me in any way. Um, if anything, it reinforces my own ideas to kind of speak them back to the camera. Um, so I want to be as genuine as I can, uh, as straight up as I can, um, and I never want to ask for anything back from these videos. Hopefully, with time, uh, this will prove to be something very valuable. I don't have any viewers on this channel. I don't have barely any viewers on X, but I do believe that if I do put this out there, um, you know, well, interesting things will happen. So that's pretty much just a quick little intro. I've been, like I said, 10 years. My thesis is 4-year cycles. I stick to that thesis as it hasn't broken with time. I'll just quickly run through that before I go into a little bit of depth. But I do suggest that if you have bought Bitcoin in the last year, just take take this on board. I don't want this to be financial advice. Of course, it's not financial advice, and I do have to say that from a legal standpoint because I don't know. That's stupid. I don't really go into that. I'm just here to help as many people as I can, and that's it. So anyway, Bitcoin works in 4-year cycles. It always has. I do believe that it always will, no matter how much content there is out there that say that, oh yeah, it's going to break the 4-year cycles. I mean, it's hard coded into what Bitcoin is. Halvings will occur on the same, well, not on the same date. They change slightly every time, but Bitcoin will go up and down around the cycles. 3 years up, 1 year down. If you want to be very particular, which you should be. So this is real data. This is the Bitcoin price chart. This chart doesn't lie. It shows exactly what people are willing to pay for Bitcoin at any current point in time. And just keep in mind that no one knows the future. But judging based off historical evidence and data, we can make educated decisions as to where the price will go, despite all the hype, despite all the people that have bought Bitcoin in the last year and 2 years and will post shit that is going to $200,000 in the next couple of months. The data just clearly states that that won't happen. And in me saying that, it's also not 100% chance that I'm right, but I do believe that there's a much greater chance that I'm right that I'm right over being wrong. So yeah, I stick to the data. I stick to what the charts tell me. There's a saying called "Show me the charts and I'll tell you the news," and that is pretty accurate, I believe. So the way I navigate this space is I learn about the fundamentals of Bitcoin, and my thesis hasn't, the thesis is pretty much baked into what the charts tell you. Learn about Bitcoin, learn about how it works, and you'll see why it works in 4-year cycles. Anyway, so just quickly, that's inception, Bitcoin's inception. First peak, that's 1 year down. So it's pretty much exactly 365 days. As uncanny as it sounds, that's 1 year. 3 years up to the top, and then 1 year down. And then once again, 3 years up to the top, 1 year down. And once again, 3 years up to the top. This is data. It's as basic as it gets. As basic as it gets, and people still get this wrong. You could tell a toddler to count for 3 years and then down for 1 year and trade around that, and he'll probably do better than most of the people that have been in financial markets for years and years and years and dedicate their lives to it and still get it wrong. I don't blame them, because Bitcoin doesn't work like other financial, like stocks, for example. You can't really value Bitcoin in the same way that you do stocks. It's more of a commodity. It's an asset class of its own. Don't get me started on altcoins. Once Bitcoin goes down, these altcoins will shit themselves down 80%. If you're holding altcoins now, you're about to get rinsed. So yeah, unpopular opinion, but I don't want people to lose money. I only stick to Bitcoin because altcoins trade around Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's going up, chances are altcoins are going up. Bitcoin's going down, altcoins going down a lot further than Bitcoin, and a lot more. And most of these altcoins will never recover. Also, there's a few that in these bull runs will get overly hyped, and they will outperform Bitcoin, but it's a handful out of a sea of thousands of crap that people have made, and they, try and put out there for people to buy. If you're going to be in this game, just stick to Bitcoin. Anything else, well, Ethereum has value. Solana may overtake Ethereum. But once again, I don't even want to mention those, because if people are putting their own hard-earned money into this, they should be sticking to the best asset which will continue going up with time. These cycles will be diminished, as we can see here. The bigger the asset class gets, the less volatile it gets. So you won't get as much on the upside, but you also, technically, I don't think it will drop as far as it has, but the bear markets have kind of stuck to that 70% drawdown. So I do think that from the top of 126, we're probably going to get into the high 30s, maybe low 40s, somewhere around that range. And as I've stated before, I think the bear market low will be around the 5th of October 2026. That's just counting time. So the way that I navigate these markets is not based around price, it's based around time. So I don't care what the price of Bitcoin is, as long as I stick to 3 years up, 1 year down, and trade around those. That's actually helped me pretty much find tops and bottoms, even though everyone else will say that it's impossible. But you can, predict it to a very accurate kind of date range. So I don't know, people like price targets. So my price target is 38,000 by the 5th of October 2026. So in saying that, I guess that's what this video should kind of be. My thesis isn't going to change. We're in a bear market, and we'll continue to be in a bear market for the next 10 months or so, till October next year, where Bitcoin should turn around. Kind of, if you've bought Bitcoin in the next year, just be prepared for that to drop another 60% down. So right now we're at 91,000. Be prepared for that to go to 38 or 40, somewhere around there. And this is just a general guide of what the price should follow. I've drawn all these lines on myself. These lines don't predict where Bitcoin will go, but they do give good guidelines as to where price may go, where price will bounce off and return to. So it's kind of, drawing these lines does help you navigate the market. So I try to stick to the basics. Don't overcomplicate it, because the basics are actually what work. In the short term, so this is what I started making these videos probably about 6 months ago. This bull market has been so simple. It hasn't thrown any curveballs at all. It's just followed this green trend line up. And I was saying for a very long time, as soon as that we break this trend line, this green trend line, Bitcoin is officially in a bear market. So we've closed that trend line, closed below it, and I do stick by my thesis. And this is kind of showing me exactly that. So in a shorter term, this is a week chart. So every one of these candles shows 1 week. It's very, very basic. I'm going to switch to the 4-hour chart to zoom in. So we can see that Bitcoin is trading in this downwards channel. There's that green trend line, that 3-year trend line showing the bull market. We've broken below that. And we actually have retested it and gone down further. Now, I do think in the short term, we're a bit oversold. So this blue dotted line is my trajectory of where the price should roughly follow to get to my price target next year, 40,000, 38, whatever, around there, early October. So we can see that we're pretty far below that. So in the short term, which is, I'd say, the next month, I do believe that we could come up back to this, the top of this channel. So this is a channel, the two blue lines going down. So you can see Bitcoin ranges in between that channel. And this is a support line back from here, which it has bounced off, and that confluences with the bottom of this channel. So a short-term bounce, I think, is more likely than not. And I do, what I plan to do is I do plan to open more short trades if the price does come up and hit the top of this channel. So whether it comes up to here, I don't think that we're going to come up and test this 3-year upwards trend, which has been my bull market upwards trend. I don't think we're going to go back up there. But historically, so this white line is a 200-day moving average. So what a moving average is exactly as it sounds. So it's a lagging indicator, and it averages out the price of what Bitcoin trades at, and it does hold clues. Well, at least in the past, it's held clues to dead cat bounces, which is pretty much a bear market rally. So as Bitcoin, it doesn't go down in a straight line. It has rallies within the market, going down within the bear market. So I do believe that at some point we'll probably, well, from what history says, we'll probably come up and hit that white line to confirm the bear market. As you can see, if I go back to Bitcoin's inception, it's always done the same thing. This 200-day moving average gets printed, well, it's relevant and useful to look at ever since inception. So what Bitcoin does is it gets overextended, that's the top of the bull, breaks down below that 200-day moving average, and it always retests it before dropping further down. So that's something that's happened every single time that we've finished the bull run. You can see that's happened again. Here it's gone up for a retest and then finally drops down to the bull market low. In the 2021 cycle, it's happened again. So, just by looking at that, as I said, these charts don't lie. They can be manipulated slightly in short terms, but over a longer period of time, it's just natural market movement. So in saying that, I have sold off a huge chunk of my holdings, and if we do get a retest of that white 200-day moving average, I will sell more and I will open short trades. Short traders trade on the price going down. So that's a short-term outlook. Longer term, I don't think Bitcoin's price will continue to trend down, and in a short-term basis, that's within the next month or 2 months, perhaps even weeks, we may touch the top of this channel, the two blue lines, so this one, we may touch the top of that, break down further. We may even, if history does repeat itself, we'll retest the white line, the 200-day moving average. So I will also watch out for that. And if we do touch that again, I will open more shorts against Bitcoin, altcoins, etc. So I'll leave it there. The first video on YouTube that I'll make, and I don't know if I'll bother with getting a good camera and good audio set up. The valuable part of this is the content of what I'm giving, so yeah, so I'll leave it there. I'll continue to make these videos to help people and to share my brain and put it out there for the world to see. Cool.